That's my frustrated gasp. Yeah, that's my frustrated sigh of just exasperation. I don't even know where to start, bruh. I don't even know where to start. So, there's two sides to this, and we're going to try to just give each side its due. Alright? Justice Democrats, we all know Justice Democrats is. If you don't, the organization co-founded by Kyle Kalinske and Cenk Uygur, now it's gone off and done its own thing once those two left the organization. And they created primary candidates to take on establishment Democrats. Justice Democrats, that's the whole name behind it. They're progressive candidates who denounce corporate money. They're progressive candidates who embrace a progressive agenda, Medicare for all, Green New Deal, etc., etc., etc. All right, Justice Democrats are supposed to be principled. They're supposed to be pure. That's the organization that created AOC. You know what I'm saying? And they're supposed to be pure. They're supposed to be, filling out the boxes, man. We're supposed to be able to trust them. We're supposed to trust their candidates and trust the organization and its integrity. But they announced that they were going to start a super PAC. They did that Friday. They were like, yeah, we're not to the super PAC, by the way. What? What? You're funding what? A super what? What? No, why? Why are we funding super PACs? What is happening? And now, they haven't released a statement yet surrounding the actual super PAC. But this isn't just Justice Democrats now. Bernie's campaign and the senior staff, they're now starting these offshoot super PACs from the original organization of Bernie's campaign. Chuck Rocha is funding some Latino outreach super PAC. It's called Nuestro PAC. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Jeff Weaver, one of Bernie's longtime aides. This guy's going to have to start a super PAC. And I'm like, what is happening? The left. We are the progressive left. We're the ones talking about, corporate influence has to go. Ban Citizens United, repeal Citizens United. Oh my God. We need to rein in corporate industry. We need to rein in all the special interest money. We need to make sure that we have clean and fair democratic elections so that the people's will, which is our agenda, can go ahead and get through. It's supposed to be us. Campaign finance is literally the root of all evils in our political system. Why are we sitting here and participating in this crap? This is what's going through my mind. But okay, so I heard him out. And basically in the statements they said, no. And this is specifically Chuck Rocha in his defense of it. He was saying that basically the whole point of the PAC is not to go to the corporations. It's not to go to the people that they despise. The point of the PAC is go directly to the people, right? Enhance our abilities to collect money from our progressive base, right? From the working class, from working families, disadvantaged communities, go directly to them. Do I take him at his word on that? Largely, okay? I still trust these guys. I think that they are genuinely principled people. But here's the problem, bruh. I think they're violating one key principle there. I think that they are overlooking something in the pursuit of some grander goal. They're overlooking an essential principle. That this system is effed up. And the logic is, well, if we play the system, if we use the system's games, we're going to be able to overthrow the system. We're going to be able to reform the system. I disagree with that. Bernie didn't have a super PAC. In fact, the only thing he had close to a super PAC was some nurses union money. That's the closest thing he had to a super PAC. Right? This guy was taking millions upon millions of individual contributions coming from people putting in their last $10, $20 from their paycheck and putting it into this guy's campaign, putting their hopes into this guy's campaign. That was Bernie. That was his movement. Justice Democrats, the same exact thing. Y'all are founded on the principle that we're going to be a grassroots mobilization of the people. And we're not going to use the corrupt system that is effing over every single one of us. We're going to play outside of that system. Right? It's going to be an inside-outside game that mobilizes millions of us and gets us to fight for real change. That's supposed to be the whole point of this whole thing. But now y'all going back on a key principle that we're not going to play the game. We're going to be doing our own thing. We're going to stand on our own principles, on our own agenda. I think it's BS, man. To assume that you can't out-fundraise any single one of these cats off the backs of the people, off of a machine that works of, by, and for the people. I don't see why we're just being so naive to assume that. Like, what's the point, bro? Why are we going back on every single thing we've stood for? Why are we doing that? Justice Dems, Bernie, it's disappointing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because him, Bernie and his campaign, Justice Democrats, and all the work they've done, that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's the reason why I'm making this video. Why I feel so strongly about this. It's the reason why I have the beliefs I have today, because of their campaign. Because they brought someone like me, a young black kid who was just playing ball and minding his business and living his life. They brought me into the political system. They inspired me, man. I got indoctrinated, man. In one of the best ways possible. I fell in love with this stuff, man. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Fight for change. Fight for progressive change. This is them and their movement. That's the reason I'm here. Even making this video, talking to y'all. So it pisses me off. It just really just devastates me to see them go back on every single one of the principles, right? You know, Bernie takes the position in senior leadership, and you know, since then I feel like he hasn't been wanting to go all the way against the establishment. In 2016, he fully embraced that role. He ran a much more negative campaign in 2016, called Hillary out to her face on all the corruption and all the lies and all the BS. Even though at his core he's always been a nice guy, he was still we had a way more anti-establishment principled edge. And I think slowly but surely it's starting to be whittled away. Do I think that makes them any less good people? No. I think the system is starting to get to him, man. It's disgusting to see. It's like, in what world would the Bernie that we all know, or the Justice Democrats that we all know, ever support making a super PAC? You know, and I don't know if this is directly Bernie. This could just literally be Chuck Rocha and Jeff Weaver. But even then, these are people that I trusted. That's really all I have to take away, man. I'm disappointed, and I understand that they, in their hearts, may be thinking they're doing the right thing. We're just trying to make sure we maximize our ability to fundraise. Okay. But you shouldn't do that and go back on every single one of your principles. We've proven that you can have a small dollar army. We've proven you can have a grassroots army that can out-fundraise every single one of these cats. Bernie out-fundraised every single one of the non-billionaire candidates. Every single one. People to judge, wiped his ass. Elizabeth Warren wiped her ass. Joe Biden wiped his ass. So what? I said all I can say, man. It's disappointing, to say the least.
Chillin' with the boys, yeah, we making all this noise. Can't complain, riding in the fast lane. To the top, we don't stop, up till past 5 o'clock. Smoking